Hello, Mustang fans, and welcome to another episode of the Mustang Owners Podcast. I'm your host, John Clore, along with my co-host, Mike Ray. And Mike, tonight, we love to be on the road in the summer, but we can't be everywhere. But every once in a while, Mike, there are certain clubs we just have to go hang out with. And I think tonight is one of them.
Yeah, we never miss the show, me and you. I think as far as I can remember, me and you have been going to it together for the last 20 years. I don't think either one of us has ever missed. So it's a great show ran by a great club that's been very close to us that we've worked with and helped out, and they've helped us out as well over the years. And it's a pleasure and honor to go there every single year.
Yeah, so tonight, folks, we want to take you to one of our favorite car shows in and around the Detroit area, someplace we can really jump out to and have a good time. And luckily, we had not only our new producer, Dan Brockstein, thank God we have Dan, our regular producer, Gerard Ferrioli, had some health issues, and Dan jumped in, and boy, he's been doing a great job for us, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And wait till you guys see what's coming soon.
Yeah, that's right. So we also had our longtime friend, super longtime Ford employee in the marketing department, but a super enthusiast, Bill Cook, was at this show, and he took these photos. So we wanted to go through to show everybody what the heck did you miss by not going to the Mid-Michigan Mustang Club. And they had their annual Stampede. And Mike, they used to have it up in Birch Run, Michigan at the outlet mall up there. But this year, they changed the venue.
Yep, they went back to the racetrack where it was there. God, I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. They had it there one time, but it was all gravel and people didn't like it, so they moved away from it. But now it's much better, and it was a great venue. And yeah, I'm so glad Bill was there, take pictures and join us. And it was great to catch up with him. And his work is it speaks for itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So let us take our wonderful viewers and listeners to the Mustang Club of Mid-Michigan's annual Stampede. And this was up at the Birch Run Speedway, which is up, Mike, in the little crook of the thumb there. It's not too far from the most famous, most visited town in Michigan called Frankenmuth. Not too far. It's right off I-75. And we went up to the Speedway. And the first thing we did after we set up, it was the first, Mike, our first setup for the Mustang Owners Podcast tent.
Yes.
Event. And we walked in and we were hit with not only so many friends that wanted to talk to us, but great cars like this one. Who couldn't love an absolute custom first-gen fastback with obvious work done on the body, the paint? You could tell that whoever has this car has spent a lot of time making a first-gen fastback in that beautiful metallic blue, white stripes. I mean, come on. When you show up at a car show, Mike, if you can't turn heads with this, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, and John, this show reminds me a little bit of the ones we've been recently in Ohio, where you're starting to see cars that you don't normally see at other shows. So, they come out every now and then. You might spot one here or there. Ohio is just full of them. But this show reminds me of that as well, and it is still a Michigan show, and not far down the street from Tony's off I-75, too, if you guys want to overeat and nothing healthy.
Well, Mike will get his pound of bacon, then show up at the Mustang Club of
Absolutely.
So Mike, we love to see all sorts of cars. We had two special guests there. We had Bud McGaldy, who's the chief stylist of the 94 Mustang, as well as Emmeline King, who did the interior of the 94 Mustang. They were in the Mustang Owners Podcast tent signing autographs. And of course, this is an anniversary car. I just love that logo. Of all the cool logos, to see the 45th anniversary edition, I used to love them. But for me, the 40th set the tone. Everybody who's got a 40th edition S95, if they have the anniversary car, they always might tell me that when they wash their car, somehow the tail of the pony breaks off on that badge. So
Really?
Yeah. So
I've not heard that.
Yeah. So if you have a 40th edition, anniversary edition S95, be careful when you baby your car, because you don't want to break that ponytail off. And I don't mean that ponytail, Mike. Beautiful car, though. So here's one of your favorites, Mike.
Yep, the old SVO.
But this color, I'm used to seeing SVO Mustangs in red, black, or white. I don't usually see, especially in this metallic color. The wheels on this car look spectacular. And if you remember, anybody with an SVO Mustang, keeping those clean, and if you live in Michigan, to keep corrosion off those wheels is a hard deal. But this car looks pampered.
Very, very tough, as I had one myself, and I know it firsthand. But yeah, that car looks absolutely beautiful. Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. So, when I was at Auto Week and my boss left to go to Ford Special Vehicle Team, Jim Sawyer. And if you want to know about Jim Sawyer, you go back to our Mustang Owners Podcast playlist and you click on the SVT PR guy, and Jim will be there telling you some SVT stories, how he dragged me out of the magazine when he went to Ford. The first press car I had when SVT was formed was a teal blue Cobra. And Mike, there's something about teal blue, and you know somebody in your family that likes this color.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think the official color is reef blue, but yeah. So they, in case you guys don't know this, they came in that color, they came in black, and they came in red, and that was it for the '93 Cobras. And absolutely incredible car. Still catches my eye to this day. It's one of my top 5 all-time Mustangs that I would own after I hit the lottery tonight. So that is definitely one of my top 5s for sure.
Nothing like that steel color. And Mike, there's something about 93's SVT Cobras. We always thought that it was the first year for the Cobra, but the last year for the Fox body Cobra.
Right.
I mean, we always thought they'd be collectible, but not like they've been lately.
They're 6-figure cars now.
That's insane. Beautiful car. So, Mike, are you familiar with something this crazy, something that looks this good?
Yep. That's Boogeyman car. They've been in the club for a long time. Actually met them in person for the first time at that exact show, John. And that's when I introduced them to you. That's when it was over at the Outlet Mall. And I introduced them to you, and I think you did a fan spotlight on Ford Performance back then. And as they say, the rest is history, and it's a Duncan Brothers car.
That was a Duncan Brothers car. If you like to know about Aaron Duncan, you can check out the Mustang Owners Podcast. We just recently got to drive an exclusive drive of the Mach X show car, and the Mach X is a similar, taking a brand new Mustang and putting a 69 Mach 1 body on it. And this kind of inspired, I think, Aaron and Joey Duncan to, at Zero Given Garage now, to go to do something this stunning. And I didn't know that we first met with the Boogeyman Mustang at the Mustang Club of Mid-Michigan Stampede show. I've seen it at the Autorama. This car gets around, but it also turns heads. It's just, there's something about trying to put a 69 body on a brand new S197 that you got to look at it 3 times. I just love seeing these cars.
I remember seeing it, pictures of it and everything on the internet, and hearing about it from Duncan Brothers and all that. But first time I ever met Mike and Kim, who are the owners of that car, was at that show at the Stampede. And I remember telling them, hey, I got to get you on with John to get on the fan spotlight and get you guys interviewed about this car. And then 5 minutes later, you came walking by and I introduced you to them. And like I said, the rest is history. And I know they got coverage and they love that car. And I don't think they're ever going to get rid of that.
It's cool that they drive it.
Yes, all the time, everywhere.
So Mike, you're selling Mustangs nowadays, and nobody can leave these damn things alone.
Most modified car in the world, right?
All right, so if you get an S550 or an S650, I mean, wheels normally not. I mean, I love the wheels on factory Mustangs. I mean, the badges, they're doing the blackout Mustang in the front. They do the Stars and Stripes 5-liter badge. But everybody's opting for a big vented hood, whether it's carbon fiber or Cervini or the big spoilers. I mean, this car is brand new, and this guy spent some serious money doing a split spoiler in the back, that new custom hood, blackout, different wheel. I mean, it doesn't matter what year Mustang you have. Everybody's got to leave their thumbprint on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the way it is. Make it custom, make it your own. Like I said, it's a lifestyle, and that car is definitely all set up to do some drag racing.
Well, there's something about, the blue metallic with black. If you use a blackout hood or stripes, blackout wheels. I mean, there's something about to be said with that. I'm glad he brought it to the show.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of blue, I fell in love with when the second gens came out and they had that 1 year, what was it, 76 with blue with white stripes. That to me was it. But now to see Mustangs, and I believe this is a Roush.
That is.
Okay, so look what he did under the hood of his blue with white stripe Roush. He painted a built by Ford and this beautiful tri-bar, but it's a different kind of tri-bar logo with the horse on its back heels. Custom painted mural under the hood. Mike, that can't be cheap to have that done.
Oh, absolutely not. And that's definitely some graphic work. And I guarantee you that wasn't cheap. That sure brings back a ton of memories of watching the Roushes being built right outside the door of my desk.
Yeah, great to see them at the shows. But here's something you have in your showroom, Mike, over at Gorno Ford in Woodhaven.
I do have one. Who wants to call me?
So, so is this the favorite dark horse color in this blue? What do they call
Yeah,
this?
Blue Ember. Yeah,
Blue
yeah.
ember. I mean, I see so many in the blue ember. Is it just that people are drawn to this color because it's kind of like it's like a sinister color?
Yeah, yeah, it's the most popular color on the dark horses for sure. I think I still have a red one as well at the dealership. So, but dark horses are super cool. I love what they did with the front fascia, with the spoiler. So definitely some more aggressive looks over the stock GT.
Very cool. All right, so a lot of people, whether they have a Shelby or not, whether it's a GT500 or GT350, or if they just make a tribute car, a lot of people say, "Don't." Well, there's that big snake you put on the quarter panel, and I don't like that big snake. I don't like the big, the perch spoiler on the big. I think on this car, black wheels with that big old spoiler hanging off of a blue car with white stripes. I love seeing that big arch snake. Oh, you know who really liked this car at this show, Mike? And you might
Uh,
guess who it is. Bud McGaldy, who was the guy that drew the Cobra from the forward-facing Cobra off a AC Cobra and made that first arched Cobra facing a directional Cobra. He was the first one to do that at Ford, and it wound up on the 67, 68 cars. And he said, "Oh, look at that! They took the snake logo and put it in a decal. Like it or
and
not,
so
don't you think it turns heads?"
Yeah, so many people though that I heard do not like that on the GT500s, but some of them obviously do and love it. My favorite one on the side, obviously, John, was the Cobra Jet. Right, that was the most iconic on the side of a car, in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, I would say it's probably 50-50 on that, whether people like it or not. But yeah, I think it really depends on the color combo of what you're going for.
Yeah, and the fact is, you can't make a mistake with the Mustang. Uh,
Yeah.
you love it or hate it. There's one that
See, so there it is without it.
there. That's right. Now here's, of course, you get this. The oranges on the last couple of Mustangs have been spectacular. But Mike, I think orange and black just work so well. These got the blackout roof, but
Oh, they
the
absolutely do.
yeah, the vented hood on that car, if it had it been like little smaller vents, but on a GT500, if they would have gone with a different hood, it wouldn't have worked as good. This car is so still pretty. And the last of the great Shelbys, we don't have them in the lineup anymore. It's always great to see a brand new Shelby coming out to the show, especially this one with orange and the black wheels. It just looks great.
So my question to you now is: would you like that big black snake on that side on that one? Do you
You
think
know,
that would look good?
being that he doesn't have the rocker panel stripes, it wouldn't bother me at all if he had that on. I mean, but I just one guy who had an orange, they had Twister orange that came out. One guy said
Yeah,
that if you get a bright color, there's so much color. Sometimes a decal helps to break up the over brightness of a color. And the
I'd
blue
like to
one,
see that snake on the side of that and see how it looks.
oh brother, oh yeah, oh my
God,
god.
just Shelby's galore. Look at
What the heck happened? So did Sack MCR and the Mustang? Did,
that.
did Steve White call a couple of his buddies and get all the Shelbys scared out of Detroit with all these GT500s showing up? But boy, the one thing about the Shelby guys, they'll always park together, whether it's that beautiful dark blue one, that black one, another blue one with white stripes, no, the striped elite package. It doesn't matter. These guys, I never see two of them that are the same, Mike.
No, like I said, that's the greatest thing about Mustang is that it is the most modern, customized car in the entire world by everybody, and that's the way it should be. You make it your own and make it stand out, and whether it just be a stripe, a pinstripe, different wheel, different center cap, something that's going to set you apart from everybody else.
Yeah, even if it's a Shelby. And back in the
Yeah,
day, a GT500 purist wouldn't touch anything if it wasn't in the book. But now
right.
it's good to see these modern GT500 owners put their own personal stamp on these cars.
Yes. 60th anniversary.
So, Mike, Dan and I were talking about this. The stark white, it looks really cool, and it really sets off the taillights on an S650. But that little thin stripe with the 60th anniversary stripe along the door bottom, I think it's understated. It's kind of elegant.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Wimbledon white is that color, and it's brought it back obviously from the originals, celebrating 60 years of Mustang. I do love those cars. I'm very fortunate to have sold one of every color that they made that year. I'm not a super fan of those wheels
Yeah.
that they came on there, but hey, they're I've seen worse. But I just wish Ford would have came out with something a little bit
What
more
makes
old school looking for the
yeah,
60th.
what makes those wheels look better, don't you? Red center caps.
Yes. Yes. Remember that story? We should do a whole episode on the red center caps for the 60th anniversary car.
Oh, I think we did a mailbag about that once.
Yes. Boy, was that something people won't forget. Yes.
Beautiful anniversary car. Now, Mike, I'm kind of partial. You've got one of these S197s, and yours
Yep.
is modded. I've got a convertible. Mine's modded. But you know what I don't have? I don't have that cool front chin spoiler on this beautiful red metallic GT. I don't know if that's a CDC spoiler, if it's American
It is.
Muscle. I just love the way that looks. I might have to go get. Thanks for this guy bringing his Mustang GT S197 to even in this red metallic. Mine's race red, but to see that chin spoiler, I like it. I might have to go buy that.
George Huseman, are you listening? He's coming to you this week. I'm going to send him over.
Wait,
Referral again.
so is that
But that is the car. I have one on mine, John, but mine's not body color. Mine is just still
the black?
like the matte black. Yeah.
Okay. So you think that is the CDC spoiler?
Yes, I do.
That looks really, really great. Nice work, George Huseman. That's a sweetheart car. Oh, God. I am so happy that even in Michigan, and it was May, and I believe we had a little bit of rain that day up at Birch Run, and I
Yep.
believe it was windy. But to see someone take his first gen Mustang out in it was super rare color, he's got the great wheels on it, to bring his to first gen Mustang, a little beautiful coupe in this very rare bronze metallic.
Yeah.
It's so great to see those guys brave the elements and come to the show, because I don't want to see just all new cars. I love seeing first gens, Mike.
And that's the example I was talking about earlier, John. Like, how many of that color have you seen just at a normal show? You just don't.
No. Yep. They're all arrest me red.
Oh, here we go.
So speaking of colors, I think the best, and I say this too much on the podcast, but I think the best description I've ever heard of seeing them at a Mustang show with all the new colors and new cars is somebody said it looks like Skittles with spittle.
Yes.
But Mike, that brings us to, so we got this absolutely badass. I don't know, that green is just green pops. Say what you will about green Mustangs. I think he's got the Euro lights in it. Then it's parked next to an orange one, and then then there's a burgundy, then there's blue. But if you look on the road today, Mike, the problem I have with cars is that it's all white, black, silver, and that's it.
Great. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
great. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I've never been a fan of green, but some of these really, really stand out. And I know there are people who die for green and want more green from Ford for sure.
wait, they gotta have it? You mean they gotta have it?
Yeah. Can you guess what my favorite green ever was from Ford?
Gotta have it green?
No.
I don't know.
Grabber green, and that's what we did the Roush 729
That's
in,
right.
and that grabber green on the 70 Mach 1s, and the Boss, the Boss 429s with that white, just absolutely incredible.
Well,
So that's what I patterned that 729 off of, was the Boss 429 from 1970 in grabber green.
Yep,
We
yep.
tried to do white interior, ran out of time before SEMA to get it done, so we went with the saddle interior. But that green just really brought me back in. And if you notice now, a lot of people are painting their new modern cars in that grabber green.
Yep.
I want to feel that I started that trend.
Absolutely, you did. So bless all of you who opt for a brightly colored Mustang. Break the ugly trend of blah cars. And oh, Mike,
There's a rare one.
super rare. Who gets a four-eyed Cobra? Whoever sees a four-eyed Cobra? And when I saw that this car was for sale, if I didn't have my 78 T-top Cobra 2 in the middle of a 10-year restoration problem, this one was for sale, Mike. Yellow Cobra with the black and orange Cobra Snake. He's got the TRX wheels on it. A 4H. It looks to be in really good shape. Puts a for sale sign on it. I'd be shocked if that guy didn't sell it at the show.
Oh, I would be shocked as well too. That's a beautiful car, and you just do not see them, John. You know all the issues we had back during the 50th, which I'm wearing my shirt today. That we did trying to get one of every year for Mustangs for displays around the country that whole year. Those were one of the hardest ones to find out of the lineup.
Yeah, it's, wonderful to see it at a show. Okay, so everybody's got their favorite. I guess people say, "Oh, Clore, you're just a second generation guy. All you care about is that." But I absolutely, there's no question in my mind the breakthrough car for Ford was the '67 Fastback.
Yeah, I agree.
And it wasn't the 390. It wasn't getting the big block in it. It wasn't even the following year when Bullitt was movie. It's just the car is the proportions of a '67 Fastback, especially in light metallic blue. Even though it's parked next to a brand new Shelby with white with blue stripes, the '67 Fastback just makes your heart go faster.
I think that's a Roush next to it.
Yeah,
That white and blue one. I think that's a Roush. But
yeah.
67 to 70 is my absolute favorite design of Mustangs all until now. I mean, those 4 years are the best to me.
And just the way that car sits is awesome.
Yeah. There we go.
Now, wait a minute. So the rumor was that Mike Ray and John Clore were going to start hitting the road. They're going to have their own Mustang Owners Podcast tent. And they're going to be giving away, we gave away Mustang Owners Podcast wristbands, keeping my old tradition from the Club Connect program alive. We are black and gold. And then we also had Mustang Owners Podcast sticker sets using all of the defunct groups within Ford, like, SVT. That's the way we are.
That looks really great, though, that setup, I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah. There we are there with Bud McGaldy, the chief stylist of the 94 Mustang, award-winning 94 Mustang. And with him was Emmeline King, who designed the interior. She was doing a book sale. So great that they came out to support us and support the podcast. Mike, we have to have both of them on to update. They hadn't been on since the late Steve Hall had them on. So we need to bring them on and talk about their participation, not just with the podcast, but, they're very involved in the hobby.
John, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, and I don't know if yours is different than mine, but I always get asked that question. I have for the last 20 years is, why do you guys do what you do and you don't even get paid for it? It's because like that. Those people right there, I mean, they're Mustang legends, but they're our friends. They're not just somebody we know of. I mean, we can call and text these guys at any given time, and 99 out of 100 times they're going to show up for us, and it's just because of the relationship that we built and on such amazing people they are. And that's why I love all the Ford heroes, Mustang heroes, if you will, is because none of them are feeling like they're bigger or better than you. They always want to be part of the community. They have passion behind it like we do, and we all share it together. So that's why we call it our Mustang family.
Yeah, and they truly enjoy being with the people that bought these cars. And if you look really closely, we weren't just showing off our new Mustang Owners Podcast tent and table covers and our new signage. But if you look really closely, I think to the right, holding down the Ford tent, was our new producer, Dan Brockstein. I'm pretty sure that's him. And if he wasn't holding that tent down, Mike, that could have blown into the infield.
Yeah, the wind was pretty bad that day, and I think we tried to strap those to the fence, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we did. But thank you, Dan, for holding. That's all. You ever hear that thing holding down the fort? That's holding down the tent. Cool picture.
Oh, big horse.
Big horse. And this one, Mike, everybody. I love silver stripes. I just do, especially on a big horse. But he embedded the way he's got this silver stripe on this car. You think, is that a Mach 1? Does he? I mean, how? But being a convertible in that really light blue with that silver spoiler, it's not overly. Most people would probably pick black for this car.
Yeah.
But it's so rare to see. Like you said, what floats his boat? He's got a ram air hood. Well, he wanted to do silver on this very light blue color. Really cool and a head turner.
Yeah, and look at it, it matches the wheels really, really good. And once again, where do you see that color big horse? When was the last time you seen one? Please let me know.
Not at a show that I've been to recently.
Uh-oh. Stand back, guys.
All right, so
John's drooling.
If you guys that are in the second gens that, we've kind of created, you started it, Mike, when you let me do a reunion at World Headquarters back, what was it, 2014, 2015?
2016.
Okay, so 2016, the guys at Ford were saying, Clore, you're an idiot. No one's going to show up. There's only 5 of them in the world. And I said, they're there. You guys have been making fun of second-gen guys. So all we have to do is tell them we're going to have a party at World Headquarters, and they'll show up. We damn near got 100 cars there.
Yeah.
And
it's still the record, right?
Yeah, we absolutely. Yeah. And I don't think it'll ever get broken.
Yeah.
But of all the people in this state who our first number one, what I think of was second gen Mustangs. It's
Yep.
Steve and Angie Caesar who own this white Cobra. Being in the Mustang Club of Mid Michigan for years, he took this car apart, nut and bolt, put it all back together. He drives it everywhere. I mean, he's been through 3 alternators, 4 radiators, how many tires. He drives this car. It's not but if you look at it, Mike, it's really great. It's like showroom. It's like museum condition. There's a guy who drives around on 13-inch rubber. He wants it to be as cool as he can, make it dependable. And he and Angie, bless her soul for going with someone with a 50-year-old car, but they show up in this King Cobra white with gold. I mean, I love seeing it at almost everything. I think this reunion this summer out in Seattle or in Tacoma is going to be the first reunion they've missed. But great.
One of my favorite John stories of that car is when we put them in front and they led the parade at Carlisle when they did the Mustang 2 reunion, and they were the first car coming out. I think that was such an honor to them as well, and really cool for us to see that everybody was following that car. And Steve and Angie are definitely family to us and always have been, and I guarantee you always will be. We can't appreciate them enough.
Yeah. If it weren't for Steve, I wouldn't be restoring my 78. And Mike, I think I just saw on YouTube, somebody took a shot of the Carlisle Mustang 2 parade. I saw just a brief video on YouTube, and I saw them there. They were leading the parade. We wanted them in front behind our
behind the cart. Yeah.
That was awesome. Hats off to Angie and Mike. Now here they come rolling in. You can see, we got an SN95 there, that anniversary car. But you can see, they had their own pony corral. The club had their own spot. But these guys worked so hard to put on an event. They had good vendors, they had a good mix of cars, and Mike, it was not a great day for them. But they still their membership shows up, works hard on that show, and they're really fun to be with. They're not condescending. They're just a good fun group. This Mid Michigan group.
I cannot speak more highly of another club that I've personally been entwined with in this hobby than Mid Michigan.
Cool. Oh, now what did I say about bright colors? So if you wanted to get an SN95 GT, most people get a black one or a red one, especially a convertible. But this yellow this is like a yellow. It jumps right off. Of course, I think he's parked next to our buddy with the is that a Maverick? Wasn't that a Maverick? Yeah. Anyway, so he's got the right wheels on it. The car looks brand new. And that's
it does. It looks brand new.
I mean, it's an SN95 GT that he probably babied. I wouldn't doubt it if he's first or second owner on this car. But that's what I love about going to these shows. You can see one that's rattle canned and it's a project car, or you can see one like this. And with bright yellow, you can't miss this car.
And whatever your condition your car is, bring it out. Who cares?
Yep.
You're going to talk. You're going to learn. You're going to meet people. Show it off. Everyone has a Mustang story. Every car has a story as well. So
love it. Okay, let's get sinister again. I don't know what was going on with the Shelby boys, but did we have every single Shelby out of the Detroit area at the show? Especially
I think so.
This deep blue, white striped, black rims. I mean, these cars, and they sound good rolling in and they sound good rolling out. But it's just really nice to see these guys show up. And
absolutely love those cars.
Another pretty first gen convertible, again metallic blue, with a white top. He's got the red line tires. I mean, Mike, there's nothing more collectible than this. You could have a garage full of these and never get tired of driving any one of them. But again, on this photo, you see the sun came up for a moment, and if I were God, I'd shine a little sunlight on this beautiful first gen Mustang.
Yeah, and once again, you don't see that color on that car very often, but you see it at the Mid-Michigan show.
So
another one, right?
Right
into that same category.
Gold fastback. Again, red line tire. These, I don't know how these cars survive in Michigan, but these cars look brand new. They picked the really unique colors, black interior on this beautiful mid gold. Red lines, the right wheels, even it doesn't quite match the gold air cleaner. But I got to tell you, Mike, you're right about this. You go to 10 shows and you'll see 35 red first gen Mustangs.
But you'll see none of those.
They came out of the barns for this one here in Birch Run, Michigan.
Yep.
Now there's a cool lineup. You know, I like the guys. The cool thing about the Speedway is that they use part of the track to park some of the
Yep.
cars, and everything from modern, brand new cars to first gen cars. They had S197s, they had SN95, and they didn't segregate. You know, you came in, you get parked next to your friends. That's a really cool shot. Some have hoods up, some hoods down. You know,
Yep.
what a great mix of cars, and that's what it's. I think the best thing about going to an all Mustang show or an all Ford show instead of like a Cars and Coffee, because it's Mustangs everywhere you look.
And I can tell you that Roush is taken care of beyond belief.
Okay, so here's one you don't see. You know, everybody's got a Shelby, but a Shelby GT, especially with the blue and silver. Usually, you know, they come out, you know, you see every other color combination. Black top makes it look good. Everybody loves the Shelby wheels on this. The chrome really pops. But those cars are now coming into their own. They didn't make that many of them those first couple of years. And people that have Shelby GTs like them. They're the good bridge car between then and when they got into the 350, 500 business.
They are. And I believe, if I'm correct, that was under the flag of Amy Boylan when she was with Shelby.
I think you're right. They teamed with Ford Racing for some of the parts.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool car. Now, when you think back to all the cool Mustangs that came out, a lot of them loved that when the S197 came out. People said, well, the GT500 came out with red with white stripes. Well, guess what? You can take your GT and through American Muscle, and you can do stripes. You can do spoilers. He's got the shaker. Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I have a convertible with a shaker on it, Mike, but there's only one company putting shakers on S197s?
Correct.
And that was George, CDC.
Yep. And George Huseman, another call out right there. You were big at this show.
Now, didn't he also prototype the shaker hood for the SN95 Mox?
Correct. Yes. And came up with the sequential tail lights, the hood struts for the S197s, and did a lot of stuff behind the scene that George does not get a lot of credit for.
Way to go, George. Beautiful car. Now, not every Mustang 2 is a King Cobra. Some are super rare Mustang 2s. Well, you know, Mike and Chrissy Campbell with their absolute super rare 76-year only Mustang 2 Stallion Fastback, silver and black. I'm absolutely positive. I think we interviewed these guys at the Mustang Alley on our podcast from the 2025 Mustang Alley, I believe, Mike, or maybe 2024.
Yep.
And he told me he bought this car new. He's the original owner on a rare 76 Stallion. And when Mike Berardi found out there was a Mustang 2 Stallion 1 year only, what did he do? He went out and chased him. I think he's got a couple. Not in this condition, though, but beautiful V8 Stallion, Mustang 2, silver and black. The Campbells, that's another award winner.
That's the nicest Stallion I've ever seen, so
pretty. Here's a favorite. Now, if everybody likes Mach 1s, you got to love the latest Mach 1. When Ford came out with this car in the S550, Mike, I fell in love with it. I love driving them with the extra horsepower, but there's something about this Coyote Mach. And in this gray with the black and with the little
Fighter Jet Gray
with that little orange trim over the black stripe, this Mach 1 is really true to its heritage of the original Machs. And in Fighter Jet Gray, God, they're beautiful.
Yep. And I was very, very honored to help out Ford and for their picture that went on everything for that car when the Mach 1 was introduced. It was taken on the track of M1 with 269s flanking it, and they were both club members from Moxham that we did it. And that picture is everywhere. I literally seen it today. Someone brought their Mach 1 in and had the brochure and everything, and even overseas and everything that picture made there. So, John, like I said, that's part of being part of a car club. It made history for us, and those owners will never forget that ever. It's got to be a complete highlight for them for their whole entire lives.
They would have never been featured had they not been in the club.
Correct.
Cool. Well, there's a kind of a group shot of all the cars. You're filling both the parts of the track and the infield at the Birch Run Speedway. You're right, Mike. They did turn that old speedway into they fixed it up. They paved it. They put grass in. It's now more of an event center. And it's a really nice place. I kind of liked it better than having it over there at the outlet mall, which we were kind of at a section that was not busy and was just black top. And this, even though the weather wasn't that great, the turnout was really good, and I just like the Speedway. I hope they keep it there.
Yeah, it's a good venue, and I think they are keeping it there for sure.
Cool.
Another green.
Yeah, that's right. I thought for a minute we saw Art Hyde's car, but there's another view of how they filled that Speedway on a cold mid-50s kind of drizzly day. It got dark. It rained in the morning. Then halfway through the show, it started getting windy. But boy, did the Mustang Passion come out, and they sure showed up.
Yeah, and like I said, once again, how many green SN95s do you see just cruising around? Not a lot.
Oh, Mikey.
Another green. Is green the... Is this the theme right now?
No, but S550 green and black stripe. Cool. I mean, I'm telling you, Michigan's it's a green state. When the spring comes out, it's good to see them at the show.
Yeah.
Custom hood on everything. Yeah. So the other thing, when you see GT350s and 500s were there, but seeing Fit 350s, the Shelby guys, they've really taken to that car. And now, Mike, more and more people are realizing the collectability of that Voodoo engine. And there's something about ownership of that car. I see very few people willing to part with their 350 anymore.
I think that's Chris's car from mid-Michigan that we need to have on and have a whole story about it because there's a big backstory behind that car.
Let's do it.
So we're going to have him on, but I believe that's Chris's from mid-Michigan.
Cool.
4i. Wow.
You would never... There's something about a 4i. To me, my favorite Foxes are the 4-eyed cars. But a T-top, and then with levers.
And and that's an 82 with the 5.0, right?
Right, and then it's got the turbine wheels with the fog. I'm in love.
Yeah.
That dark red with the T-top.
Once again, you don't see those.
Again, you're right. Thank you for bringing that to the show as well.
Oh, boy.
And what would any car show be, any Mustang show be, without a 69 Mach 1 red, black stripe, black interior? Mike, that doesn't get any better than that.
We seen one almost identical to that at the Haldeman Barn a couple weeks ago. And like you said, and there's nothing more. Who can't love a 69 Mach 1? It's just amazing car. Now, those you don't see too often either, the 4-eyed convertibles.
Yeah, and that's another thing, and with the pony wheels on it, obviously the cars are well taken care of. It, Mike, it's really hard to do that in Michigan. Anybody that's up here in the Rust Belt knows this car's been babied and pampered and taken to the show. Just love that the Fox bodies are out right now. They're the hottest thing going.
John, that was my first Mustang ever. I had an 85 GT convertible. It was my first Mustang.
You still love it today. Now, this is I like the two-tone on a GT SN95.
Yeah.
The top, the whole top of the hood, the back, the trunk, the deck lid. You walk up to it and you think it's from the top black. He's got a cool silver stripe separating that with the red body. I like that kind of custom touches. Like you said, Mike, somebody want to make this car their own. Very cool paint trick on this SN95.
Yeah, Chip Foose perfected that to beyond belief. Was that a little two-tone like that on Mustangs? It looked really, really good.
Love it. Then if everybody wants to talk about Fox bodies, and if I say the two words, Mike, cheese grater, what does it make you think?
Yeah, those taillights, that's for sure. I believe that's Alan McDonald's car. I'm not sure. But that's another low-mile, beautiful car. I believe it's all stock, and it just looks absolutely incredible.
Well,
like it
the
came
black
off the
GT with a big spoiler on it with the cheese graters and that red body side protection. That thing pops. It's a great little car.
Yeah. Yes.
And there we have it. People walking the show, people up at the Mid-Michigan annual Stampede every May, this time at the Birch Run Speedway. Mike, we had a great time. And again, hats off to the Mid-Michigan Mustang Club. There's a lot of Mustang clubs, but and there's several even in Michigan. But when it comes to the Mustang Club of Mid-Michigan, they're just a fun group to be with, and we had a great day despite the weather.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be back again next year.
We sure will. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed your walk through the annual Stampede for the Mustang Club of Mid-Michigan up in Birch Run, Michigan this past May. If you have an idea for a car show, send it to me, Jake Lohr at carsandcontext.com, or put it in the comments what you'd like to see. And, every once in a while you can wear some nice Mustang Owners Podcast merch on svtstore.com. Mike, I think it's always fun to get out of the studio and go to a car show and have friends and hang out and just see the great cars and have great people. And also, thank you again to Bill Cook for those great photos.
Yeah, great time. Thank you for everybody who contributed to it. For Bill, Dan, everybody who helped us, and for to Bud and Emmeline joining us there, just made everything just much better.
Again, thanks for everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe. And until next time, we'll just have to catch you guys down the road.